Lamsters is a card and dice game for 2 to 4 players. Players become recently escaped fugitives in a mad dash across the countryside to avoid being caught. Items acquired along the way can be used to overcome hardships, while quick wits and a little bit of luck can unlock opportunities. Whether you choose to go it alone, form alliances, or stab each other in the back, players must find a balance between playing it safe and throwing caution to the wind. By visiting different locations along the way, players accrue points, and the player with the most points at the end wins. Shuffle the encounter cards and deal a hand of 5 cards to each player. Players may look at their cards but should not reveal their hand to other players. Place the remaining encounter cards face down in the play area, forming the encounter deck. Shuffle the location cards, placing 4 location cards face up in the play area and the remaining location cards face down in the play area, forming the location deck. A turn is made up of 3 phases. At the beginning of each turn, a player may perform one of 3 actions: run, hide, or search. When attempting to run, a player begins by drawing an encounter card from the top of the encounter deck, placing it face up onto a discard pile in view of all players. A good encounter does not have an exclamation point in its title. A bad encounter card has an exclamation point. If a good encounter is revealed, the player receives 2 dice. If a bad encounter is revealed, the player receives 1 die. Each player creates and maintains a discard pile in their individual play area. However, a player may choose to discard on their own or another player's discard pile. After the encounter card is revealed, dice are allocated for this turn. The player may add dice to their roll at this time by discarding 1 card per die for a maximum of 3 dice. It's important to remember that only good cards can be used in this way. The player now chooses the location they would like to attempt to visit. Players must declare which location they are attempting to visit before rolling. The point value of a location is depicted by the number of dice shown in the lower right corner of the location card. If a player doesn't have enough successes in a single roll to at least equal the value of their declared location, the roll has failed. If the encounter card from this current run action was a bad card, and no good cards have been discarded on top of it, the player must pick that bad encounter card up and add it to their hand. Good encounters may not be added to a player's hand in this way. Hiding is another way of acquiring location cards. Instead of revealing an encounter card, the player may discard a pair from their hand, or play a card from their hand onto its counterpart or pair on an existing discard pile to take a location card for free, without rolling dice. Bad cards may be discarded in this way. Every good encounter card has a bad encounter card that it can be combined with to make a pair. A card's pair is shown in the circular window on the top right of the card. It is possible to make a pair on any discard pile, and a pair may be made in this way at any time a player is allowed to discard during their turn. Whenever a player creates a pair, that player may take a location card for free. They must then complete the actions of any symbols on the card from left to right and place it down in front of them to be included in their point total at the end of the round. If the location card allows for another action, the player may take that action at this time. Otherwise, they move to the discard phase. Instead of revealing an encounter card or making a pair by discarding, a player may instead choose to search by taking any one card from any discard pile. The player must not show the contents of the discard pile to others, and must return it without otherwise reorganizing its content. A player attempting to search must take a card. There is no minimum hand size in Lamsters. However, a player must end their turn with a maximum of 5 cards in their hand. Excess cards must be discarded. Only good cards may be discarded in this way. If a player is forced to discard a bad card, they are considered to be caught. After the discard phase is complete, the reset phase begins. After the discard phase, a player must replace any location cards acquired during their turn by drawing from the top of the location deck. Their turn has now ended and play passes to the player to the left. Once a round is over, players count their points and record their scores. The player 1 card is passed to the left and the next round begins. Rounds end in one of 3 ways. When a player reveals the last location card, the other players take 1 more turn and the round is over. During the discard phase, if a player is forced to discard a bad card, they have been caught. Remaining players get 1 additional turn and the round is over. If a player begins their turn with 5 bad encounter cards in their hand, and they reveal a bad encounter card on a run attempt, and there is an available face-up location card with a value of 1, rather than choosing to roll 1 die to resolve that location card, that player may choose to reveal their hand and surrender. The surrendering player receives a reward for turning themselves in by acquiring the top card from the location deck, ignoring any ability on the card, thereby ending their turn. The round ends immediately once a player surrenders, and this player may be referred to as a snitch from this point on. At the end of the 3rd round, the player with the highest point total wins.